Hello, how are you? I came in early. Got a message for you today that starts at 12 noon. I want you to like this page and share it. Like it and share it. Got a motivational message. Just 15 minutes, not going to go long because people don't like long messages. They tell me, they say, no, don't go speaking for 30 minutes or 45 minutes. Just give us a little something, something up in here. So I want you to like this page and share it. Like it and share it because I want to talk about It's Not Over Till You Win. Okay? and one of the things that we know is life is full of disappointments and failures and setbacks but we're living at a time not only because we have to deal with failures and setbacks and life-threatening situations, but we had just experienced something where we went from euphoria and excitement, and before we can catch our breath, we come back and say, damn. Before, you ever had that experience where something happened to you, and before you can catch your breath, before you can just take it in, something else happened? Oh my goodness! What? You remember that movie Lethal Weapons with Danny Glover? You know, and they thought the guy was out and dead, but he got up and got a gun. They had to kill him again. I want you to like this page and share it because it's not over until you win. Because what we know about this thing called life, it's different than the time where we are right now, and it requires that we are flexible and versatile, and we have to remind ourselves of who we are. That's why Viktor Frankl says that adversity introduces a man to himself. Adversity introduces you to yourself, man or woman. And so you have to be reminded, because there are things that can slap you around in life and can knock you senseless to the extent that you can't even remember your name. I remember I was going through some stuff and I couldn't remember my name, I mean, back-to-back blows and life like said, are you the motivator? No, I'm not. Yes, you are. No, I'm not the motivator. Somebody lied on me. Yes, you are. Are you Mamie's boy? Yeah, I'm Mamie's boy, but I'm not the motivator. This is life. I mean, I'd gone through a divorce. My best friend died. I had this nationally syndicated talk show. It was canceled. That's all kind of stuff happened. I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and I'm so embarrassed to say. I wish I could say, when I was first diagnosed, I wish I could say, Lord, please heal me. You know what I said? I did. I just said, Lord, they said I have prostate cancer. Could you move it to my knee? Oh, my elbow. I don't need two elbows. Okay, Oh, okay, an ankle. Take my ankle. One of my ankles, all right? I'll be just fine with one ankle. I just hop around, Oh, my goodness. I want you to like this page and share it. We got 2 more minutes. I'm about to get started up in here. I got a message for you. I'm coming for you. It's not over until you win. No, it's not over yet. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you're dealing with, it's not over. See, when you have that kind of determination, when you have that kind of unstoppable attitude, when you have that kind of spirit, life yields to you. Most people are wimps. Most people give in. Most people stop. Most people say, oh, come on, wait a minute. We got something else to do? Yes. I want you to like this page and share it. Like it and share it because I got a message for you. We got 1 minute up in here. And also those of you that have a voice, that have a story that you want to tell, I want you to listen to the techniques and strategies as I tell stories to make a point, and things that I learned along the way doing this for 51 years. I'm 75 to doing this, and I'm going to share with you a strategy. And here's the strategy that I'm going to share with you, because we talk about the Power Voice system. And there's a system to the style and the methods that I implement when I speak. Here's the one that I'm going to use today. And the one I'm going to use today, experience the experience. That's what I'm sharing with you today. Experience the experience. And the technique of how to go there and be able to pull the audience in with you. Experience the experience and create a bridge so that people who are listening to you are not just observing you, but experiencing you and see themselves in the words that you speak. Okay? So you're a storyteller. And all of us are born with stories of greatness, stories of doing incredible things. But most people take their stories of greatness to the cemetery, unless they heard my brother, Dr. Miles Monroe. He said, rob the cemetery of your greatness, of your dreams, of your leadership, of your purpose, of the things that you're supposed to do with your life. Hello, I'm Les Brown, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. I want to talk to you about It's Not Over Until You Win. I was playing a game with my son, John Leslie, and I told this story before 80,000 people. And when I told this story, I had no idea how people would resonate with this story. He and I were playing a game called Connect Four. And I'm the kind of person that if you and I are playing a game, I'm going to talk some smack. I'm going to talk some trash. Like I play the game chess, and my middle initial is C, Calvin. So, but before I started playing chess, they call it Hess. Check out the history. And I win so many games, they put C to honor me. There's a game called Bid Whist. And because I play it so well and run so many Bostons on people when I play that particular game, they changed the name and they put B at the beginning. Bid Whist, the B, but it was not Bid Whist before I started playing. The B, just remove the B. And it was just id. And then because I've run so many Bostons, they decided to honor me by putting B to Bid Whist. Just a little history I'm sharing. Oh, behave, hello. So let me share this with you. This is different. This stuff we're going through now, the ups and downs that we're dealing with now, but it's not over until you win. And that's what life is about. You have experiences in life and you figure, well, this is it. There can't possibly be anything else that will attack me. And then I had experience that once I was diagnosed with prostate cancer, then I had challenges. I bent over in the airport to pick up some luggage and my back went out. Sciatica pains. I went from having just pain from the cancer to pain from sciatica. And sciatica pain, that's a different kind of pain up in here. So I had to deal with that. My son rolling me through the airport, and I had my head down thinking people would not recognize me, and they must have looked at the back of my head and said, hello, Les Brown. I said, Patrick, can you walk a little faster? But it's this thing called life. Dimples warned us. He said, if it's not one thing, it's another. And so what do you do in that kind of situation? You got to keep on swinging. You got to keep on fighting because all the stuff is on the line. You can't pause. Now, there's situations that you can't catch your breath. That's why I love to quote Mother Teresa. She said, Lord, just when I thought I got a handle on life, the handle broke. Just when we thought we got a situation taken care of in the house. Something was leaking in the house, and then the car breaks down. Come on now. And so this thing called life, it's not, if it's not one thing, it's another. And so what do? In the midst of that, you keep working. That's what you do. You don't have time to sit around and complain or call people and waste valuable time focused on that and giving that energy. Where focus goes, energy flows. You keep on fighting. You keep on swinging. You keep on finding a way to win. That's what you have to do. That's the major thing that you have to do. When I was playing Connect Four with my son, John Leslie, I said, John Leslie, after beating him around 11 games, I said, it's obvious I'm the king of Connect Four on Mars and Jupiter and throughout the universe. I'm ready to go to sleep now. And I got up from the table to go to my room, and he said, no, Dad, you can't stop now. I said, why not? He said, it's not over until I win. I said, listen, young man, I'm not going to give you any breaks. If we play some more, I'm going to beat you some more. I just want you to be with that. Are you a masochist or something? Dad, will you just sit down and play? And we played a few more games, and finally, he won. And he stood up. I was shocked. He said, look at it. I said, yes, you got me. And he stood up. He said, okay, Dad, I'm ready to go to sleep now. And he walked down the hall and had his head up. And I thought about it. What is all of us, when we're going through some challenging experience, we lose our job? What if all of us, when life has snatched a rug out from under us, we feel overwhelmed by our bills? What if all of us, when someone with a stethoscope around their neck look at us and said, it doesn't look good? What if all of us in a relationship where we thought everything was fine, the person looks at you and say, I don't want to do this anymore. And rather than be depressed, rather than throwing in the towel, rather than giving up, there's something that wells up in you and say, it's not over until I win. That's what we have to do today. Because you have to play the hand that you've been dealt. It'll be great if you got your health. It will be great if your relationship is working fine. It will be great when the children are doing the things that they're supposed to do. It will be great if all your finances and the business is working out, and you don't have the level of anxiety and depression and fear that people are experiencing right now, or the chaos that all of us are experiencing nationally and globally. If that would be great if that type of environment existed, but it does not exist. And so therefore, it's not over until you win. It's about having a spirit of optimism that no matter how bad it is or how bad it gets, I'm going to make it. And when you have that kind of determination, I believe that life yields to you. It yields to say, wait a minute, she's not going to stop. Hey, let's dispense some angels and have her go down there and intervene in her behalf. And let's go find a wimp today that we can beat up who will give in. See, I believe that if you keep on swinging, I spoke for this group. I'm not going to tell you their name, get motivated. And they gave me just 15 minutes because they had so many requests. And it's a big platform, and all speakers wanted to be on that platform that take you around the country. And they gave me 15 minutes, and they gave the other speakers an hour and a half. And then they measured your success to being on the tour by how much products that you were able to sell. I had 15 minutes. I only did around $55,000. But the other ones who had an hour and a half, and they measured my productivity with theirs, even though they had 90 minutes and I did not. and said, you didn't make the cut. Everybody else did over $100,000, Mr. Brown. And I remember walking out of the room. And I wasn't angry, but I had a mindset. It's not over until I win. That one day I'm going to be so good that I won't have to wait for you to call me and say, hey, look here, we'd like for you to be on our stage. Or I won't have to call you and say, is it possible that you can put me in your lineup? My mindset was one day I'm going to be so good that I can have my own events. I can be so good that I can train speakers and have my own speaking summit. I'm going to be so good that when you say Les Brown or you say motivation, you think about Mamie Brown's baby boy. I'm going to work on myself. I'm going to learn quotes and studies, and I'm going to get the coaching. I'm going to invest in myself. I'm going to spend the time and the energy to become a dominant voice in this space. It's not over until I win. I'm saying to you, you got it like that. That's what you want to think in terms of. If you got fired, so what? That means that God has given you an opportunity to use your mind, to use your experiences, to use your talents to create something that's yours. That's all that means. That's all. When one door closes, another door opens. But most people spend so much time being angry, being depressed, being regretful. Oh my God, I can't believe they did this to me. I remember this guy got fired from his job. And when he came to work, security guard was standing by his desk. And they said, sir, would you please empty your belongings in the box? Clean your desk out. And the security was walking him to the door. He said, man, he felt so humiliated and so embarrassed. He said, man, I can't believe this is happening to me. And all of a sudden he turned around and he ran to the end of the hall where his boss was. And he came in the room and said, how could you do this to me? You didn't even warn me. How could you humiliate me like this? Everything you asked me to do, I did. I moved my family because of you. Everything, every requirement, every assignment, I did it because of you, because you asked me. How could you fire me like this? And his boss said, everything you did, we paid you for it. Walk him out. Get his keys. It took his breath away. Guess what? It's the time. You have to pay yourself. This is a time that you have to have a transition program. This is a time for you to ask yourself the question, what are the things that I need to do that I will be able to secure my own future? What are the things and the steps that I need to do that take charge of my own life? Yeah, because at the end of the day, it's me. It's me, oh Lord, standing in the need of prayer. At the end of the day, it really does not matter what happens to me. What matters most is what I'm going to do about it. At the end of the day, it's not over until I win. And when you have a spirit of optimism, you know that there is a door out there waiting for you to step into it. When you have a spirit of optimism, you know when you've been rejected again and again and again, every no brings you a step closer to a yes. There's a yes out there with your name on it. At the end of the day, it's you. As my mother used to say, every tub has to stand on its own bottom. That's real. Hello? Oh, behave. You fired up today? Yes, I am. If you have a voice, that you feel that the world needs to hear, a story that the world needs to hear of some stuff that you've overcome, some things that you've gone through, that people counted you out and didn't think that you'll be able to come back from that. I can't tell you the number of friends, so-called friends, who said, you're wasting your time, because it didn't happen as soon as they thought it would happen, but I just kept going. I just turned a deaf ear to them. What they thought about me was none of my spiritual business. I just kept going and saying to myself, it's not over until I achieve the goal that I'm after. It's not over. I'm not going to look to the right or look to the left. I'm going to keep that eye single. And eventually, I had a breakthrough. Some of you are already doing that right now. Some of you looking for an exit plan out of doing something that's no longer you. They're paying you just enough to keep you from quitting, and you're working just hard enough to keep from getting fired. It's time for you to create something new for yourself, something that you control. This is a volatile time right now. This is a time that you don't want to be sitting around biting your fingers and looking around saying, I hope they don't come for me next, or having knots in your stomach, afraid to open up an email. No, you want to be proactive. You want to bet on you, take some chances on you, leap and grow your wings on the way down. Believe in you and your dreams and your abilities, because whatever they're paying you, guess what? You're worth 5, 10 times more than that. How could you say that? Because I live that. What I earn in an hour, I used to work 2 and 3 months to earn that in 2 to 3 months. Nobody's going to pay me that. But because I was willing to invest the time and the energy on me. And I'm saying you are your greatest asset. You bet on you. Put the time and energy in you. That's a good, solid bet. When you put the time and energy on expanding your skill set, on expanding and creating your own opportunities, eye has not seen, ear has not heard, nor has entered the hand of mankind what God has in store for you. Life is full of setbacks and failures and disappointment. So what? You're greater than all of that. That's my story. If you got a voice, if you got a story, if you are looking for an exit plan from somebody who has created one and can teach you how to monetize your passion rather than hanging around fearfully waiting on a pension or a relief check that's already spent, while politicians are arguing over the little crumbs. You're not a crumb person. And there's some people are. Some people are fine with the crumbs. But not you. That's why you're listening to me. The people who are for the crumbs, they're watching old boxing matches and football games. Those are the spectators. Spectators eat the crumbs. They say good things come to those who wait. But Abraham Lincoln said no. The things left over by those who hustle. Whoa. Put voice in the comment section. Put voice in the comment section. And let me share with you, let me pour into you 75 years of the things I've experienced, things I've seen, and things I've accomplished. And the failures and disappointments, had a whole lot of them. I call them character building experiences. Never say you're broke. Words are powerful. Thou shalt declare a thing and it shall be established unto you. I'm overcoming a cash flow problem. Put voice in the comment section. And we'll share with you the Power Voice system, and me or my staff will get back to you and let you know what the investment in yourself and the training classes will be. This is your time. You're listening to me for a reason. If you can hear me in your heart, then this might be a good fit for you. We'd like to find out if it is. You have something special. You have greatness in you. Tomorrow, 12 noon, spread the word. Les Brown, Mrs. Mamie Brown's baby boy. He'll be loose again, fired up and ready to go. Thank you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Oh, behave, whatever. Put voice in the comment section now.